When the flight attendant leaned in and whispered, "I'm sorry, sir, but we've run out of the premium meal options," Richard Hale froze midair, literally and emotionally. He was the CEO of one of the biggest tech companies in America, a man used to control, precision, and perfection. And on this 12-hour flight from London to New York, seated in first class, he expected everything to run flawlessly. After all, he'd spent a lifetime building an empire where failure wasn't tolerated. Richard stared at the young attendant, her smile trembling. "You're telling me I paid thousands for this ticket, and you can't even serve the meal I ordered?" he said sharply, loud enough for a few heads to turn. I apologize, sir," she stammered. "There was an unexpected passenger change, and—" "I don't care," Richard cut her off. "Get me the captain." The entire cabin seemed to tense up. The attendant hurried away, visibly shaken. Richard leaned back, fuming. He didn't like mistakes. He never had. In his company, one error could cost someone their job. But across the aisle, a soft voice interrupted his thoughts. "Sir, you can have mine." He turned, startled. An elderly woman, white-haired, frail-looking, wearing a floral shawl, smiled gently at him. "I barely eat much these days," she said. "I'd be happy to share." Richard blinked, unsure what to say. "That's unnecessary," he muttered. She smiled again, eyes kind. "You remind me of my son. He worked too hard, too. Never took a breath to enjoy the view outside the window." Richard glanced toward the window, the soft glow of clouds over the Atlantic, and felt a strange weight settle in his chest. A few moments later, the attendant returned, red-eyed. "Sir, the captain would like to apologize personally after we land." Richard said nothing. Instead, he glanced at the woman again. She was now dozing, a small photo of a young man clutched in her hand. It looked old, like it had been through tears, time, and countless flights. Hours later, when the plane touched down in New York, Richard's assistant rushed over, ready to escort him straight to his waiting car. But Richard waved him off. "Get the crew in the lounge," he said coldly. "All of them." Within minutes, the captain, the attendants, and even the ground staff stood nervously in front of him. They were sure he'd complain. They'd seen that look before, the face of a powerful man about to unleash his anger. But Richard surprised them. "I'm firing the entire crew," he said slowly, pausing as gasps filled the room. "From the responsibility of serving me." Silence. Confused faces. He continued, "You've been serving others non-stop, without rest, without recognition. That ends now. I'm booking every one of you a week off, fully paid. My company will cover it." The crew stared, stunned. Tears welled in the young attendant's eyes. Richard turned toward her. "You didn't fail me," he said quietly. "You reminded me I did." He walked away, leaving the stunned crew behind. But before boarding his limo, he glanced once more at the boarding gate, where the old woman now sat, still clutching her photo. For the first time in years, Richard Hale didn't rush off to a meeting. Instead, he sat down beside her. And when she turned, surprised, he smiled. "Mom," he said softly, "may I buy you dinner?"